A crowd gathered at the state capitol honoring Charlie Kirk.
No person should die, for any reason, especially that type of death. To be murdered is something different, so glorifying him and his name and that he glorified God.
I'm our neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis talking with neighbors at the God's Country March, which organizers say it's a stand for faith and freedom.
A video playing at TSA checkpoints across the country sparks legal concerns amid political division.
Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government.
I think it's shocking.
I'm your neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey talking to a local lawmaker who says, simply put, playing that video at U.S. airports is illegal.
Hot GPD meteorologist Scott Droval. An approaching storm system already bringing rain to some parts of the region. We'll see it overnight tomorrow as well. Showers and storms. I'll sort out the details on who gets the snow as well. We're going to look at the forecast right through the weekend.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Idaho News 6.
Thanks for joining Idaho News 6. I'm Riley Shoemaker. We start in downtown Boise tonight, where neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis heard from those in support and opposition of a gathering in honor of late political activist Charlie Kirk.
What would have been Charlie Kirk's 32nd birthday, a crowd gathered at the Idaho State Capitol in remembrance.
Understand that it's no longer just Charlie's mission, but it's all of ours.
I'm our neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis talking with participants who came out for the God's Country March, focused in faith and on remembering Charlie Kirk.
When we first started getting, flyers sent to us, they were, God and country. To me, the first thing that stood out was God.
It was a day of gathering for many community members who came out to the state capitol to show their support for late political activist Charlie Kirk. Kirk was shot and killed a month ago while speaking at Utah Valley University. At Tuesday's event, many of his supporters telling me Kirk was meant to share the word of God.
Understand that it's no longer just Charlie's mission, but it's all of ours. It's more important than ever for us to be standing firm in our beliefs and not to let this silence us.
The crowd, all dressed in red to honor his memory, held candles, posters, and flags. Aiden Shingler, who met Kirk before his death, still shaken.
But then for him to get assassinated that day was just absolutely devastating. And I sat there for almost 2 hours just shaking. Like, what does this mean? That if I speak my beliefs, will I get killed too?
I also spoke with neighbors who felt differently about the event, voicing their opposition to the march and Charlie Kirk.
I do not condone the death of Charlie Kirk. In fact, they are doing exactly what I think is the worst thing they could do with his death. They've turned him into a martyr. They're using his death as a way to politicize things and divide people even further. And I can't believe that. I don't think Charlie Kirk would want that.
While organizers say the God's Country March is part of a broader effort to position Idaho as a model for what they call a God-centered nation, the initiative has sparked debate among many.
What are we talking about when we say God's Country March? And I just want to be clear on that. And I also want to be clear that the myth that we are a Christian country is just that. It's a myth.
Tuesday's march came just hours after Charlie Kirk was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. President Trump presenting the award to Kirk's wife. I'm our neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis for Idaho News 6.
A 20-year-old Boise man faces 2 counts of aggravated assault after police say he threatened employees with a knife at the Boise Town Square Mall. Police responded to the incident around 6:30 yesterday evening. Through investigation, they determined the suspect first fought with employees at a store kiosk. Police say he returned a short time later and threatened those employees before putting on a mask and fleeing. He was arrested today and booked into the Ada County Jail.
International news shining a light in Mountain Home. I'm your Mountain Home neighborhood reporter Sahana Patel at City Hall, where a press conference aimed to clear confusion around last week's announcement of a Qatar Air Force Base training facility right here at Mountain Home Air Force Base.
This is more than just an expansion of operations at our base.
This is International Partnership presents a milestone for Mountain Home.
Mountain Home leaders hosting a press conference Tuesday, 4 days after the U.S. Defense Department announced the establishment of a Qatari Emiri Air Force training facility at the Mountain Home Air Force Base. The Qataris are expected to bring 12 jets to Mountain Home, and leaders say this partnership will mirror the one already in place with the Singaporean Air Force.
I think the key word here is hosting. We are excited to host the Qataris and partner with them at Mountain Home Air Force Base. This is nothing new. This has been in the works for, I think, as far back as 2017.
Mayor Rich Sykes says he found out the deal was finalized around the same time as the public, but confirms the discussions have been going on for years.
They flew myself and our military liaison, Marty Anderson, out to Qatar to talk to their Air Force and what their needs are, what they expect, and all that good stuff in 2023, May of 2023.
Mayor Sykes is optimistic the partnership will bring lasting impacts to the local economy.
This partnership will strengthen our economic foundation. Increased base operation means potential job creations, sustained investment in our community infrastructure, and continued support of our local economy.
And he adds, it's also a chance for neighbors to connect with a new culture.
Our residents will have the opportunities to engage in international partners, to learn more about different cultures, and to broaden our community's global perspective. That's an enriching experience for everyone, especially our youth.
As for concerns from neighbors, Mayor Sykes says he doesn't expect any major issues.
Here moving forward, I just hope that people don't have a closed-minded thought process of a culture just because they see something that might not be true or they hear things. To do your homework and really do your research, because we're all one people at the end of the day.
They expect to have the Qataris arrive by 2030 under a 10-year contract. I'm your Mountain Home neighborhood reporter, Sahana Patel, for Idaho News 6.
If you've traveled through airports in the last week or so, you may have seen this clip from the Department of Homeland Security.
Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted.
But not here in Boise, at least not today. I'm your neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey at the Boise airport with input from a local lawmaker who says the government playing the video at TSA checkpoints is actually illegal. The Department of Homeland Security directed TSA checkpoints across the country to play this video, but many airports are refusing, citing its partisan content.
I think it's shocking that the federal government, that after all that's happened, is now using federal dollars, taxpayer money, to promote a political and very partisan message.
Democratic Senator Melissa Wintrow says she was shocked to see the video airing at airport securities.
I think what Kristi Noem is doing is not just unethical, it's illegal. It's a violation of the Hatch Act, which was there to provide protections from the federal government from using its office in a partisan way.
The city of Boise tells Idaho News 6 they weren't specifically asked to air the video on their city-owned monitors, which would be against their policies. But the video did air on a TSA-owned screen last week until it stopped working over the weekend. The government shutdown started 2 weeks ago, and most of the TSA agents here at the Boise airport are working without pay. I'm Brady Caskey reporting for Idaho News 6.
A Caldwell father charged with murdering his 18-year-old daughter in August. Through his lawyer, tells a Canyon County judge he plans to plead guilty.
I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter, Victoria Rodriguez, and I was inside the courtroom for that hearing and spoke exclusively to the victim's mother, who considers the move a major relief for her surviving son. Bristol Thompson is describing the moments she saw her daughter's accused killer in court.
You hear people say, my blood went cold. That's what happened to me. My blood went cold.
As Idaho News 6 has reported, court records we obtained shortly after his arrest state Delbert Cornish told police he planned to kill his children and then himself. Now, at an arraignment in Canyon County Court, Cornish's lawyer told a judge his client plans to plead guilty.
At this time, Mr. Cornish would like to change his plea to guilty.
He made eye contact with me, and then he looked away, and he never made eye contact again.
Cornish faces several serious charges, including first-degree murder, assault with intent to commit murder, a felony enhancement for using a firearm, and animal cruelty. She says her biggest concern has always been protecting Onyx's brother, Lucian, who police say ultimately disarmed his dad that day and called 911.
He'll save Lucian from having to go through getting up on the stand. That's what I've been really worried about. I just want my daughter to have justice.
Cornish is expected back in court on November 12th to formally change his plea. Thompson tells me she and her son Lucian will be there as they continue to seek healing and justice for Onyx. Reporting in Caldwell, I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez for Idaho News 6.
In Star, with new school construction underway, how a new walking path aims to keep students safe.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Scott Droval looking at a forecast of another storm system. Could bring a soaking rain for some, even some snow. I'll sort out those details, and we're going to look ahead to the weekend coming up.
The city of Star has transformed from a small community of 500 residents to one of Idaho's fastest growing cities, with more than 22,000 people at a State of the City address tonight. Mayor Trevor Chadwick says moving forward, the city is working to balance residential growth with commercial development. He says inviting more businesses to the area will help keep property taxes low. The city currently maintains the lowest property tax rate in the Treasure Valley at $52 per $100,000 of assessed value. Meanwhile, Star's rapid population boom has strained school capacity. The mayor highlighting that 3 out of 4 schools in West Ada School District are operating over capacity. But relief is coming. As Idaho News 6 has reported, the city and the West Ada School District broke ground on Independence Elementary School in July. The school will accommodate 700 students once it's completed. The project is funded entirely by state dollars. Additionally, another new elementary school is planned for the Middleton School District, where 4 out of 5 schools are operating over capacity.
A lot of families are now calling Star home, and with that comes construction for a new elementary school and added traffic around Star Middle School. I'm your Star neighborhood reporter Greenlee Clark, seeing how improvements are already taking shape as the city teams up with the school district to keep students safe.
We have traffic sometimes that goes all the way from our parking lot all the way out the road, all the way out to Floating Feather.
Principal Jason Myers knows traffic backups have been a part of daily life for Star parents. Slowing pickup and drop-off and clogging one of the main roads through Star. City and school leaders agreed something had to change.
The new parking lot that's been built there, the south of the school, has really helped parents.
The addition gives families the option of parking farther from the main entrance and letting kids walk or bike over safely. Star's new Independence Elementary opens next fall and will have its own entryway and turn lanes, which will help keep traffic off the middle school's roads during peak times.
I'm grateful for the mayor and the city council to be able to put that walk path in for us. That helped us out tremendously and gave kids a different way to get to school and helped parents out tremendously.
The city is currently working with ITD and ACHD with the hopes of widening Pollard Road in the future. I'm your Star neighborhood reporter Greenlee Clark for Idaho News 6.
Scott Dorval with your Idaho News 6 forecast.
Well, take a look at this, folks. Goleta Pass today. We're talking going between Stanley and Sun Valley, and there it was, snow. ITD sending in a nice shot of the snowplow here, clearing the road, maybe a couple inches of snow here. That's pretty common this time of year. A lot of that snow melting, though. I'll show you again some of the snow in the region. This is a time-lapse view from around the Stanley area, Iron Creek, and you see 8 o'clock this morning, 32 degrees, and here comes the snow, and then a little rain, then more snow, covers the road, and then it stops, and the temperature goes to 36 and 38, and the road is dry, almost like it didn't happen, right? But you still see the snow in the foothills here around the region. So again, the Central Mountains getting the snow. Watch the weight of the snow bring down the branches right about midday, and then it will start to melt, and then the branches go back up. This is Redfish Lake itself, and here comes the snow dumping late morning, and then it dries out, and we start to melt that snow, and temperatures go up to 42, and it was a bad afternoon, a little on the chilly side. More rain or snow overnight tonight. More snow will mix in. Will turn to rain again tomorrow. 52 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms are likely. And then after that, some cold mornings, but comfortable afternoons. Near 60 Saturday. Looks really nice. And then a chance of snow coming in Sunday night and Monday. We could do the same thing. Bring snow in with temperatures in the 40s. Lows, again, will be cold. So that Monday morning especially, we have a chance of snow on the ground. Don't have a report for the temperature at the summit of Baldy. You see the cloud cover off in the distance here. The stars, beautiful shot. 44 degrees in Ketchum right right at this hour at 10:17. Here's what's been going on in McCall. While we had snow in Stanley, we had sunshine in McCall. Temperatures going up into the 50s. We'll see a slight chance of some rain and snow showers tomorrow, mostly rain showers. But again, it's going to be, we're just south of McCall. There's a better chance of it the further south that we go. And then dry weather through Saturday. Really nice weather on Saturday. A system comes in Sunday. And then on Monday, we're probably going to see some snow showers, maybe even in McCall. I'll keep an eye on that for you. As that system comes in, it'll be rather cool. It's dry across southwest Idaho, but I'm tracking showers coming out of Utah here. Coming up when we're in the eastern Magic Valley, we're starting to see some sprinkles and some showers. This is going to rotate in from the southeast to the northwest, and it's going to bring it in these locations to the east first. As this low pressure system goes by right through southeast Idaho, it's going to wrap that moisture on in, and then when it exits, the breeze will come in from the west. It will dry us out, and it will stay dry for a few days. So what's tomorrow look like? Here's late tonight. You see the showers coming in from the south here, and they'll rotate up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, getting towards the Boise area. There's a line of showers expected to go west to almost Ontario as it pushes to the west. The Magic Valley showers coming in, and there's the snow that's going to be flying on Galena. This is tomorrow morning. It's going to be snowing again on Galena. Then it will turn back over to rain showers in some locations. It may stay snow in Galena for a while. This at midday still has a chance of rain from the Boise Mountains, not so much McCall, and down to the south. And then as that storm system comes by, it's not going to be too wet in the afternoon in the Boise area, but there's a chance of showers even till 3 o'clock, and then it dries out. So the potential is there. Eastern Magic Valley tomorrow evening could get quite wet, and then snow showers will wrap in behind it. Okay, now it's gone. Now it's Thursday. We clear things out. Here's the latest computer chart. This just came into the weather office. You see maybe 1 or 2 tenths of an inch of precipitation to the southeast there. More in the mountains, and you see the eastern Magic Valley. We've got a chance for over 1/4 inch of precipitation. So near 60 tomorrow. We'll call it in the 50s for Boise. It's going to be a chilly day, cloudy with rain in the morning and a chance of showers later on in the afternoon. The Magic Valley forecast here calls for showers as well, mostly cloudy, and you'll see the extended forecast getting nice over the weekend with temperatures likely in the 60s. And for the Treasure Valley, my pick day after Wednesday's rain is Saturday.
Tonight, a new warning from President Trump as Israel accuses Hamas of violating their truce by not releasing the remains of all hostages.
Tonight, after his groundbreaking trip to the Middle East, President Trump with a warning to Hamas, saying they must disarm as part of the next phase of his peace plan.
If they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me?
Israel tonight accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire deal by not releasing the remains of more hostages, threatening to cut desperately needed aid into Gaza in retaliation. Late today, Hamas releasing 4 more, but 20 are still missing. Parents like U.S. citizen Ruby Khan waiting in agony for his son Itai.
The job is not done. There are no less hostages than the 20 that came out.
Stories of abuse and hardship now emerging from the released hostages. The family of Omri Moran telling Israeli media he counted every day he spent in captivity, at times even cooking for his captors. Omri reunited with his wife Lishai, playing with his 2 young daughters, Ronnie and Alma, just 4 and 2.
Finally, he could embrace Ronnie and Alma, he could play with them, he could feel like he's a father again.
In Gaza, some of the nearly 2,000 prisoners taken by Israel and held without charge also reporting abuse. Abdullah Fakhran detained for 20 months, saying he was told his family had been killed. It was a lie. I was released, not knowing if my family was alive. It was a beautiful feeling to find them, he says. This row about Hamas disarming and the return of bodies underscores how immense the challenges ahead are. But President Trump clear he wants a wider Middle East peace, and that means solving Gaza once and for all. Ian Pannell, ABC News in Tel Aviv, Israel.
It's time to review your health insurance plan and make your selections for next year. Open enrollment on Your Health Idaho starts tomorrow, and you might have questions about coverage, rising prices, and uncertainty around healthcare subsidies. Join me tomorrow on Good Morning Idaho when I'll share what I learned after sitting with Dean Cameron, the director of Idaho's Department of Insurance.
Young girls in Nampa are leading the charge on flag football with help from the Seattle Seahawks.
Idaho News 6 Allergy Report is brought to you by Boise Valley Asthma and Allergy Clinic.
All right, here's a look at our allergy report. It seems like it's a little different. We've certainly dropped the number down to 41, back into the moderate category, the middle of that category. 36 for Sage. It was over 350 last week, and so this could be a big change. The rain may have helped as well. We'll keep an eye on this. It could be coming an end to the season here, the pollen season. We'll keep you updated. A little bit of ragweed and keyed upon it here, but the key is the number's only 41, and hopefully it goes down even more heading into the weekend.
For years, flag football has been seen as a backyard sport, reserved for turkey bowls and family feuds, and now it's going for gold. I'm your Nampa neighborhood reporter Keith Burrell, and young girls in Nampa are getting the opportunity from the Seattle Seahawks with a tournament. At Skyview High, the Idaho Girls Flag Football Association and the Seattle Seahawks are teaming up with the Nampa School District to grow opportunities for girls to play.
Just to get enough girls to participate at the end of the day. We know a lot of the sports are popular with basketball and volleyball. So the challenge of getting new girls to come in and play a new sport. But over 50% of the girls that are playing are new to any sport in general.
Tanner Brock says school districts are showing interest, but funding and staffing are slowing efforts to make girls flag football a sanctioned high school sport.
The Seahawks have reached out, and they've even kind of been denied a little bit. They've been like, yeah, Idaho's been tough for us. So that's what made me have that real big challenge of saying, hey, we'll make it happen, whatever we got to do.
I do believe that because it will help motivate them, okay, these girls are doing it, why not?
The tournament with help from the Seahawks will be Saturday, October 26th, and you can find a link to register in this story on our website, idahonews6.com. And don't forget, you can always join the conversation on our 2C Facebook page. From Skyview High School, I'm your Nampa neighborhood reporter Keith Burrell for Idaho News 6.
Now we'll look outside from the Treasure Valley Chevy Dealers Tower Cam.
Final check of that forecast. We've got showers and thunderstorms for the Magic Valley and the Wood River Valley with colder temperatures, 30s and 40s while the precipitation's coming down, then drying out. Gets better, breezy and chilly Thursday for the Magic Valley. A nice weekend. Saturday and Sunday are both going to be in the 60s, while in the Treasure Valley we have the rain showers tomorrow, especially in the morning, then drying out. We warm up. Saturday looks amazing at 66 degrees, my pick day, but Sunday there could be showers later in the day, turning cooler next week. Be sure to join Idaho News 6 tomorrow. We'll have the latest updated forecast for the upcoming weekend. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow.